Ladies and gentlemen, there is a battle taking place in your life every single day. It is not a war fought with weapons, nor is it waged against the people around you. No, the greatest battle of your life is happening right now, inside your own mind. Your mind is a powerful tool, a gift designed to shape your destiny, to create, to build, to lead. But like any powerful force, if it is left unchecked, it can become your greatest enemy. An uncontrolled mind is a dangerous thing. It is like a wild horse running without direction, like a storm with no restraint. It will take you where you never intended to go, keep you longer than you planned to stay, and cost you more than you can afford to pay. The greatest threat to your success is not the economy. It is not your background, your education, or even the people who oppose you. No, the greatest threat to your future is an undisciplined mind. Because if the enemy can control your mind, he can control your life. The mind is the most powerful tool given to humanity. It is the control center of life, the birthplace of ideas, and the architect of destiny. Everything you experience, everything you achieve, and everything you become starts in the mind. It is the foundation of success or failure, victory or defeat, progress or stagnation. However, the mind is not automatically a friend. If left unchecked, it can become the greatest enemy you will ever face. Every great leader, every successful individual, and every visionary who has changed the world first won the battle in their mind. They understood that the key to success is not just talent, resources, or opportunity. It is the ability to master their thoughts. The mind is a battlefield where the greatest wars are fought. It is not a war against external forces, but a war against doubt, fear, distractions, and negative thinking. An undisciplined mind is dangerous. It is like an untrained wild animal, unpredictable and destructive. A mind that is not controlled will drift towards negativity, anxiety, and insecurity. This is why so many people fail before they even begin. It is not because of a lack of skill or opportunity, but because of an internal war that they have already lost. The greatest limitations are not external, they are internal. When the mind is filled with doubt, fear, and confusion, even the best opportunities will be wasted. Fear is one of the most common enemies of the mind. It paralyzes people and keeps them from stepping into their potential. Fear whispers lies that convince a person they are not good enough, not smart enough, or not capable enough. It magnifies problems and minimizes strengths. An uncontrolled mind will dwell on fear, feeding it until it grows stronger and completely takes over. Many people have never reached their destiny, not because they lack the ability, but because their minds convinced them they would fail before they even tried. Doubt is another enemy that an undisciplined mind nurtures. Doubt causes hesitation, and hesitation leads to missed opportunities. When the mind is filled with uncertainty, decisions become difficult and confidence is destroyed. A person who constantly doubts themselves will never fully commit to their goals. They will always have one foot in and one foot out, afraid to take risks, afraid to trust their abilities, and afraid to pursue greatness. Doubt makes a person their own worst critic, constantly questioning their worth and ability. Negativity is like a poison that spreads through an undisciplined mind. A negative mindset distorts reality, making problems seem bigger than they are and opportunities seem smaller than they should be. Negativity destroys motivation, creativity, and passion. It creates an attitude of defeat, where a person expects the worst in every situation. When the mind is filled with negative thoughts, it will always find reasons why something will not work, why something will fail, and why success is impossible. A negative mind cannot produce a positive life. Distraction is another major enemy of an uncontrolled mind. The world is filled with distractions that constantly fight for attention. Social media, entertainment, and unnecessary worries can easily consume a person's thoughts, keeping them from focusing on what truly matters. A distracted mind is an unproductive mind. Instead of working towards their purpose, many people waste their mental energy on things that do not contribute to their growth or success. They allow distractions to control their thinking, and as a result, their lives remain stagnant. On the other hand, a controlled mind is the greatest asset a person can have. When the mind is disciplined, it becomes a tool for success, a weapon for achievement, and a foundation for greatness. A person who masters their mind can overcome any challenge, break through any obstacle, and rise above any situation. A disciplined mind is focused, determined, and unstoppable. It does not entertain fear, doubt, or negativity. It does not allow distractions to steal time and energy. Instead, it is set on achieving purpose and fulfilling destiny. One of the most powerful traits of a controlled mind is the ability to think positively. Positive thinking is not about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges do not exist. It is about choosing to focus on solutions instead of problems, opportunities instead of obstacles, and strengths instead of weaknesses. A person with a controlled mind understands that challenges are part of life, but they refuse to be defeated by them. They use challenges as opportunities to grow, learn, and become stronger. A positive mind produces resilience, determination, and confidence. Another key trait of a controlled mind is clarity. A person who has mastered their mind has a clear vision of where they are going and what they want to achieve. They do not allow confusion to control their decisions. They are not easily swayed by emotions or external pressures. Instead, they have a strong sense of direction and purpose. This clarity allows them to make wise choices, stay on the right path, and avoid unnecessary detours. A disciplined mind also has the ability to control emotions. Emotions are powerful, but when they are not managed, they can lead to impulsive decisions, irrational fears, and unnecessary stress. A person who has mastered their mind does not allow emotions to dictate their actions. They acknowledge their feelings but do not let them take control. They understand that emotions are temporary, but decisions have long-term consequences. By controlling their emotions, they maintain stability, wisdom, and strength. Focus is another hallmark of a controlled mind. The ability to stay focused on a goal without being distracted is what separates successful individuals from those who fail. A controlled mind does not waste time on things that do not contribute to success. It does not entertain gossip, drama, or meaningless distractions. Instead, it remains committed to achieving greatness, no matter how many obstacles arise. Focused individuals achieve more because they direct all their mental energy toward meaningful pursuits. The ability to renew the mind is one of the greatest strengths of a controlled mind. Every day, the mind must be fed with the right information, the right thoughts, and the right beliefs. A person who constantly renews their mind is always growing, learning, and improving. They do not hold on to past failures, negative experiences, or limiting beliefs. Instead, they choose to fill their minds with wisdom, knowledge, and inspiration. A renewed mind is a transformed mind, and a transformed mind produces a transformed life. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not talent or background. It is mindset. The person who wins in life is the one who has mastered their thoughts, trained their focus, and disciplined their mind. They do not allow fear, doubt, negativity, or distractions to dictate their future. Instead, they take full control of their thinking, ensuring that their mind serves them rather than sabotages them. In every great success story, the battle was first won in the mind. Every great invention, every powerful speech, every successful business, and every breakthrough idea first began in the mind of someone who refused to be controlled by fear, doubt, and distraction. They chose to take charge of their thoughts, and in doing so, they took charge of their destiny. If the mind is left unchecked, it will lead to destruction. But if it is trained, disciplined, and controlled, it becomes the most valuable asset a person can have. The power of the mind is unlimited when it is properly managed. It is the key to unlocking potential, achieving greatness, and living a fulfilled life. The choice is simple. Either master the mind or be mastered by it. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality. Every decision, action, and outcome in life originates from the thoughts that dominate the mind. The way you think determines the way you live, shaping your circumstances, relationships, opportunities, and overall destiny. A person who consistently thinks with vision, purpose, and confidence will produce a life that reflects those qualities. Conversely, someone who entertains doubt, fear, and negativity will find those very things manifesting in their life. The power of thought is underestimated by many, yet it is the single most influential factor in determining success or failure. Thoughts create beliefs, and beliefs shape behavior. If a person believes they are capable, they will act with confidence and boldness. If they believe they are inadequate, they will hesitate, retreat, and sabotage their own potential. The mind operates as a filter. interpreting every experience through the lens of dominant thoughts. Two people can face the same situation, yet their outcomes will be vastly different based on how they think about it. Thoughts influence emotions, and emotions influence actions. A person who fills their mind with positive, empowering thoughts will naturally experience a sense of peace, hope, and motivation. They will approach challenges with resilience and look for solutions rather than dwelling on problems. On the other hand, a person who entertains negative thoughts will find themselves overwhelmed by fear, anxiety, and frustration. They will focus on obstacles rather than opportunities and become prisoners of their own thinking. The human mind is constantly processing information, and what it dwells on becomes reality. The thoughts that are repeated most often become deeply ingrained beliefs, shaping every aspect of life. If a person repeatedly tells themselves that they are not good enough, they will eventually accept it as truth and act accordingly. If they continuously remind themselves of their strengths, abilities, and potential, they will develop confidence and pursue greater opportunities. The mind responds to whatever it is fed, whether positive or negative, and produces results that align with that input. The thoughts a person chooses to focus on determine their level of success. Those who think with a growth mindset see setbacks as learning experiences rather than failures. They believe that abilities can be developed, challenges can be overcome, and new skills can be learned. As a result, they persist, improve, and ultimately succeed. On the other hand, those with a fixed mindset believe that abilities are static and that failure is a reflection of personal inadequacy. They avoid challenges, give up easily, and remain stagnant because their thoughts limit their actions. Thoughts have the power to create or destroy. When a person thinks with gratitude, they attract more reasons to be grateful. When they think with expectation, they position themselves to receive greater opportunities. But when they think with bitterness, resentment, or self-pity, they create an internal environment that repels growth and success. The way a person thinks about themselves and their circumstances determines the energy they bring into every situation. The subconscious mind is shaped by the thoughts that are repeatedly entertained. Many people operate from patterns of thinking that were formed in childhood or shaped by past experiences. If they were exposed to negativity, criticism, or failure, they may carry those thought patterns into adulthood without realizing it. These deep-seated thoughts dictate their self-image, their decisions, and their reactions to life. Until a person intentionally changes their thinking, they will continue to experience the same results over and over again. Words are an extension of thoughts, and what a person speaks reflects what they believe. Someone who constantly speaks about their struggles, limitations, and problems is reinforcing negative thoughts. They are giving power to their difficulties and strengthening the very things they wish to escape. On the other hand, a person who speaks words of faith, possibility, and success is reinforcing a mindset of confidence and expectation. Their words shape their reality, influencing how they perceive challenges and how they respond to opportunities. Thoughts do not operate in isolation. They influence every aspect of life. Relationships are shaped by thoughts. A person who assumes the worst about others will struggle to form meaningful connections. They will be suspicious, defensive, and guarded, expecting betrayal and disappointment. Meanwhile, someone who thinks with trust, understanding, and openness will build strong, healthy relationships. Their thoughts allow them to communicate effectively, show kindness, and believe the best in others. The same principle applies to financial success. A person who thinks with a poverty mindset will struggle financially, not because of external circumstances, but because their thoughts dictate their financial decisions. They may believe that money is scarce, that wealth is for others, or that success is out of reach. As a result, they will make choices that keep them in lack. They will avoid risks, fail to invest in their growth, and settle for mediocrity. Meanwhile, a person who thinks with an abundance mindset sees opportunities everywhere. They believe that wealth is created through value, that financial success is possible, and that they have the ability to increase their income. Because of these thoughts, they take action that leads to financial growth. Thoughts also influence physical health. A person who constantly thinks about sickness, stress, and fatigue will begin to experience those very conditions. The mind and body are connected, and negative thoughts create real physical consequences. Stress, anxiety, and worry weaken the immune system, increase blood pressure, and contribute to illness. Conversely, a person who fills their mind with thoughts of health, strength, and well-being will experience better physical outcomes. Their mindset leads them to make healthier choices, maintain a sense of peace, and build habits that support longevity. Every great achievement begins with a thought. Every invention, every breakthrough, every movement that has changed history started in the mind of someone who refused to entertain limitations. Those who accomplish great things are not necessarily the most talented or privileged. They are the ones who think differently, who believe in possibilities, and who refuse to allow doubt and fear to dictate their future. They see solutions where others see problems, and they persist where others give up. Their thinking sets them apart and drives them toward extraordinary accomplishments. The world does not shape a person's thoughts. Their thoughts shape their world. The circumstances a person faces are often neutral, but the way they think about those circumstances determines their outcome. Two individuals can go through the same difficulty, yet one will emerge stronger, while the other remains stuck in defeat. The difference is not in the situation itself, but in the mindset with which they approach it. There is no limit to what a person can achieve when they take control of their thoughts. The ability to change one's thinking is the ability to change one's life. Those who make a conscious effort to guard their minds, feed their thoughts with wisdom, and remove limiting beliefs will experience transformation. They will rise above their circumstances, unlock their full potential, and walk into a future that reflects the power of their thinking. Discipline is the foundation upon which all success is built. It is the force that separates those who merely dream from those who achieve. Without discipline, talent is wasted, potential remains unrealized, and goals become nothing more than wishful thinking. It is the bridge between desire and accomplishment, the invisible hand that guides a person from where they are to where they want to be. Discipline is the ability to stay committed to a course of action despite challenges, distractions, or temporary discomfort. It is the internal strength that allows a person to push forward even when motivation fades. Mastery in any field, whether in leadership, business, personal development, or skill acquisition, demands discipline. A person may have the greatest gifts, the sharpest mind, or the best resources, but without discipline, they will struggle to make consistent progress. The most successful individuals in history were not necessarily the most talented, they were the most disciplined. They understood that success is not built in a day, but rather through daily disciplined effort. It is the small, consistent actions taken over time that lead to mastery. Discipline requires a clear vision. Without a definite goal or purpose, discipline becomes difficult to sustain. People who lack vision often struggle with self-discipline because they do not have a compelling reason to endure temporary discomfort for long-term gain. A clear vision creates a sense of direction, providing the motivation needed to stay disciplined. It helps a person make decisions that align with their ultimate objective, rather than being swayed by distractions or momentary pleasures. When a person knows exactly what they are working toward, discipline becomes a necessity rather than a burden. A disciplined individual does not allow emotions to dictate their actions. Feelings are unpredictable. They fluctuate based on circumstances, moods, and external influences. A person who only acts when they feel like it will never achieve greatness. Discipline overrides emotions and ensures that action is taken regardless of how one feels in the moment. This principle applies to every area of life, from personal growth to professional success. The disciplined person wakes up early to work toward their goals, even when they feel like sleeping in. They maintain a strong work ethic even when they are tired. They choose consistency over convenience because they understand that mastery is built through repetition and perseverance. One of the greatest tests of discipline is the ability to delay gratification. In a world that promotes instant rewards, the ability to wait and work for long-term success is rare. Many people fail to reach their potential because they prioritize short-term pleasure over long-term achievement. They seek immediate comfort rather than enduring temporary hardship for lasting results. Discipline is the ability to say no to distractions and temptations that do not serve the bigger goal. It is the self-control that prevents a person from being easily swayed by entertainment, unhealthy habits, or unnecessary indulgences. Those who master the art of delayed gratification set themselves apart because they are willing to do today what others want so they can have tomorrow what others can't. Discipline is what turns knowledge into skill. Many people acquire information, read books, and attend seminars, but few apply what they learn consistently enough to achieve mastery. It is not enough to know what needs to be done. Discipline ensures that action follows knowledge. Whether it is learning a new skill, developing expertise in a profession, or building a strong character, discipline is the factor that determines success. A person who is disciplined in their learning habits will continuously improve, while someone who lacks discipline will remain stagnant no matter how much they know. The disciplined person does not look for shortcuts. They understand that mastery requires time, patience, and consistent effort. They embrace the process, knowing that growth happens gradually. The world often glorifies overnight success, but true mastery is never instantaneous. Every expert was once a beginner, every leader was once inexperienced, and every successful person was once uncertain. What made the difference was their ability to remain disciplined in their pursuit, refining their skills day after day. The disciplined individual does not seek immediate recognition or validation. They are willing to work in silence, trusting that their efforts will eventually produce results. Failure does not discourage a disciplined person. They recognize that setbacks are part of the journey to mastery. Instead of quitting, they learn from their mistakes and keep moving forward. Discipline provides the resilience needed to overcome challenges. It gives a person the mental toughness to endure criticism, rejection, and temporary defeats without losing focus. Many people give up after experiencing failure, but those who are disciplined see failure as feedback rather than as a final outcome. They analyze their mistakes, adjust their approach, and continue striving toward their goal. Self-discipline is the foundation of leadership. A person who cannot lead themselves cannot effectively lead others. Great leaders are individuals who have mastered the ability to control their own actions, habits, and decisions. They do not wait for external motivation or supervision to do what needs to be done. Their commitment to discipline sets the standard for those around them. A leader who lacks discipline will struggle to earn respect, as their inconsistency will undermine their credibility. True leadership is built on the foundation of disciplined habits, unwavering integrity, and a commitment to continuous improvement. Discipline affects every aspect of life, including health and well-being. A person who lacks discipline in their eating habits, exercise routine, and self-care will struggle with physical and mental health challenges. Good health is not achieved by chance. It is the result of disciplined choices made daily. Those who prioritize their well-being through proper nutrition, regular exercise, and sufficient rest enjoy the benefits of increased energy, clarity, and longevity. On the other hand, those who lack discipline in this area often find themselves battling fatigue, stress, and preventable illnesses. The body responds to the level of discipline applied to it, just as the mind does. Time management is another critical aspect of discipline. Every person has the same 24 hours in a day, but how that time is used determines the difference between success and mediocrity. The disciplined person values their time and allocates it wisely. They do not waste hours on meaningless activities that do not contribute to their growth. They create schedules, set priorities, and remain focused on tasks that move them closer to their goals. Time wasted cannot be recovered, and those who fail to manage their time effectively often find themselves falling behind, unable to keep up with the demands of their aspirations. Discipline is also essential in relationships. Strong, healthy relationships require commitment, consistency, and intentional effort. A person who lacks discipline in communication, trust, and emotional control will struggle to build meaningful connections. Relationships thrive when individuals are disciplined enough to listen, understand, and respond with patience and wisdom. Whether in friendships, family, or marriage, discipline ensures that bonds remain strong, even during difficult times. Financial success is another area where discipline plays a crucial role. Many people struggle financially not because of a lack of income, but because of a lack of discipline in spending, saving, and investing. Those who practice financial discipline avoid unnecessary debt, manage their resources wisely, and build long-term wealth. They resist impulsive purchases and make calculated decisions that contribute to financial stability. On the other hand, those who lack discipline often find themselves living paycheck to paycheck, unable to break free from financial stress. Wealth is not just about how much money is earned, it is about how well money is managed, and that requires discipline. The pursuit of mastery in any area requires sacrifice. Discipline demands that a person give up certain comforts, pleasures, or distractions in order to achieve something greater. It requires early mornings, late nights, and an unwavering commitment to improvement. Those who are not willing to make sacrifices will struggle to reach their full potential. Discipline is the price of greatness, and those who are willing to pay that price reap the rewards of a life well lived. In the end, discipline is the key that unlocks every door to success. It is the foundation of achievement, the force behind consistency, and the path to mastery. Without it, even the most talented individuals will fall short of their potential, but with it, ordinary people can achieve extraordinary things. Mastery of the mind is the foundation of success, fulfillment, and purpose in life. The mind is the control center of every action, decision, and habit, shaping the direction a person takes. Every great achievement, every failure, and every breakthrough begins in the mind. A person who learns to master their thoughts, emotions, and responses gains control over their destiny. But those who allow their minds to be dominated by fear, doubt, and external influences find themselves drifting through life without purpose. The mind is constantly receiving and processing information, whether consciously or unconsciously. Every experience, conversation, and environment contributes to shaping the thoughts that influence behavior. People who do not take control of their minds allow external forces to dictate their emotions, decisions, and ultimately their lives. When a person masters their mind, they gain the ability to filter what enters their consciousness, ensuring that only positive, productive, and empowering thoughts take root. The quality of thoughts determines the quality of life. Negative, fearful, and limiting thoughts produce a life of struggle, hesitation, and regret. On the other hand, thoughts of confidence, purpose, and possibility create a life of achievement, growth, and fulfillment. One of the key principles of mastering the mind is self-awareness. A person must first understand how their mind operates before they can take control of it. Many people live on autopilot, reacting to situations without realizing that their thoughts dictate their reactions. They allow emotions to control them, making impulsive decisions based on temporary feelings rather than clear thinking. Self-awareness brings the ability to recognize harmful patterns of thinking and replace them with constructive ones. When a person becomes aware of the thoughts that enter their mind, they can choose which ones to accept and which ones to reject. They begin to understand that not every thought is true, and that they have the power to direct their mental focus. The mind is like a garden. Whatever is planted in it will grow, whether good or bad. A person who constantly feeds their mind with negativity, worry, and limitations will see those things manifest in their life. But one who intentionally fills their mind with wisdom, optimism, and purpose will create a life that reflects those qualities. Just as a gardener must remove weeds to allow healthy plants to thrive, a person must eliminate toxic thoughts to cultivate a healthy, productive mindset. Mastering the mind requires discipline and intentionality in what is allowed to take root in the thought process. Thoughts shape emotions, and emotions shape behavior. Many people struggle with anxiety, fear, and frustration because they allow negative thoughts to dominate their minds. They react to situations based on feelings rather than rational thinking. When the mind is mastered, emotions are no longer in control. Instead of being overwhelmed by stress, anger, or doubt, a person can choose to respond with clarity, confidence, and wisdom. Emotions are natural, but they do not have to dictate actions. Mastering the mind means learning to acknowledge emotions without being controlled by them. Discipline is essential in mastering the mind. Just as physical fitness requires consistent exercise and healthy habits, mental mastery requires regular training and self-control. The mind naturally gravitates toward ease, comfort, and instant gratification. It prefers familiar patterns, even if they are destructive. A person who seeks to master their mind must train themselves to think with focus, purpose, and determination. This means eliminating distractions, setting priorities, and developing habits that reinforce mental strength. Reading, meditation, reflection, and continuous learning are practices that strengthen the mind and develop self-mastery. The way a person talks to themselves internally has a significant impact on their success. Many people sabotage themselves with negative self-talk, constantly reinforcing thoughts of doubt and inadequacy. They tell themselves they are not good enough, not smart enough, or not capable of achieving their dreams. These thoughts create a self-fulfilling prophecy, leading to failure and disappointment. A person who masters their mind understands the power of words and thoughts. They speak to themselves with encouragement, affirming their strengths, abilities, and potential. Instead of focusing on weaknesses, they remind themselves of their capacity to learn, grow, and succeed. Mastering the mind also means taking control of focus. In a world filled with distractions, maintaining concentration is a rare skill. Many people struggle to stay committed to their goals because they allow their attention to be scattered. They start projects but never finish them, set goals but never follow through. A person who controls their mind understands the importance of focus. They direct their mental energy toward meaningful pursuits and refuse to be distracted by temporary pleasures or unnecessary worries. They practice deep concentration, allowing them to work efficiently and achieve extraordinary results. One of the greatest obstacles to mastering the mind is fear. Fear is a powerful force that keeps people trapped in mediocrity. It prevents them from taking risks, stepping out of their comfort zones, and pursuing their true potential. Fear creates excuses, convinces people to settle for less, and stops them from embracing new opportunities. But fear is a mental construct. It exists only in the mind. A person who masters their mind learns to confront fear with courage. They understand that fear is an illusion designed to keep them stagnant. Instead of allowing fear to dictate their choices, they push forward despite it, realizing that growth and success lie on the other side of fear. The mind is influenced by the company a person keeps. The conversations, relationships, and environments a person engages with shape their thinking patterns. If they surround themselves with negativity, gossip, and pessimism, their mind absorbs those influences. But if they align themselves with people who challenge them, uplift them, and inspire them, their mental state strengthens. Mastering the mind involves choosing wisely who to listen to, what to engage with, and where to invest energy. The right influences fuel positive thinking, while the wrong influences drain mental strength. Resilience is a key aspect of mastering the mind. Life is unpredictable, and challenges will always arise. Many people allow obstacles to defeat them because they have not developed mental resilience. They give up at the first sign of difficulty, believing that setbacks mean failure. But a person with a mastered mind sees challenges as opportunities for growth. They do not allow temporary defeats to define them. Instead, they learn, adapt, and come back stronger. They understand that persistence is a mental game, and those who endure will always rise above those who quit. Mastering the mind also requires letting go of the past. Many people remain trapped in old failures, regrets, and disappointments, allowing those memories to shape their present reality. They replay mistakes in their minds, reliving the pain and limiting their ability to move forward. But the past cannot be changed. Only the present and future can be shaped. A person who controls their mind releases the weight of past failures and uses those experiences as lessons rather than limitations. They refuse to be held back by yesterday and instead focus on creating a better tomorrow. Gratitude is a powerful tool in mental mastery. Many people focus on what they lack, what they have lost, or what is going wrong in their lives. This mindset breeds dissatisfaction and frustration. But a person who practices gratitude shifts their focus to what is good, what is possible, and what they have already achieved. Gratitude changes perspective, bringing a sense of peace and fulfillment. When the mind is trained to recognize and appreciate the positive, it attracts even more opportunities for growth and success. The journey to mastering the mind is ongoing. It requires daily effort, intentional choices, and a commitment to self-improvement. Those who dedicate themselves to mastering their thoughts, emotions, and focus unlock their full potential. They become leaders of their own lives rather than being controlled by circumstances. Mastery of the mind leads to mastery of life, allowing a person to achieve their highest aspirations and live with purpose, confidence, and fulfillment.